It's Thursday, March 24th, and you're tuned in to the TNIAB podcast. I'm Vince.
I'm Anthony.
And this is the Geek Chic Culture Show. We talk about all the cool things in the whole wide world. It's a new week, Anthony. Spring is here.
It seems like the same as when spring wasn't here.
No,
Still
it's
gray and rainy.
It's a little bit more wet. Less ice.
It's very wet.
Less ice.
Not a little bit more wet. It's a lot more wet.
It's a lot more wet, a lot less snow, so that means we
Just
are
like me.
on our way. What?
I'm a lot more wet.
What?
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 Huh?
Okay. All right.
Huh?
Sure. Whatever.
What? Dude, what?
That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. But you know what isn't disgusting?
What?
Formula One is back.
Nice.
Formula One is back.
I heard there's already some drama.
About what?
I don't know. Isn't there some drama in like the first race or like qualifying or something? I thought I saw some drama on
There's
Twitter.
no drama.
All right.
But you should watch.
All right. Okay.
Ferrari are the fastest.
Oh, okay, I'm in. I'm gonna hop on this bandwagon again. Let's go.
Mercedes are not in the hunt for the championship.
Nice. I'm liking what I'm hearing.
It's fun. It's fun. I think if you guys aren't watching Formula One, but if you've been interested, this is the year to join.
You say that every year.
No, because they have brand new cars this year.
Okay.
Like everyone starts from zero. There is no. I don't think you need to have any background knowledge. All you need to know is that
Car go fast.
yeah, there's cars, and they have a new way of creating downforce. Some of the drivers are new. Most of them are the same. But yeah, it's a fun time to be an F1 fan. So that's been pretty good. I like hearing that. You know what else is pretty interesting?
What?
What if I told you that there was a car company, a very
Polestar.
very supercar, inspirational worthy car
Koenigsegg.
company. Let's just say it's Lamborghini.
All right. Is Lamborghini a supercar?
Yeah, what are they?
Oh wait, no. I'm thinking about like hypercars. Never mind.
Sure, it's the same difference at this
All right.
point. Anyways, what I told you. Now we can't afford Lamborghinis. Obviously,
You can't afford Lamborghinis.
Oh, are you holding another
Please.
secret from me?
Please. Another? What do you think of what? Another? What do you mean another? What
You got another secret that I don't know about?
I've never held a secret from you, okay?
Wow.
Never.
That's how I know
right?
you're lying.
I'm
That's how I know
up
you're
front
lying.
in this relationship that we have.
No,
all
no.
right?
But anyways, say that we had a supercar company. You know, everyone likes a good Lambo every now and then, right?
All the time. If I could get a Lambo every day.
What if I
I'd be
told you you could?
Okay.
What if I told you you could?
I feel like there's a caveat.
We all know that Lamborghini isn't an independent company, right?
Yes.
They are owned by Volkswagen.
Yeah.
VW.
The Germans.
Yes. What if
Just like in World War II.
well, what if
the Germans own Italy.
What if I told you that Lamborghini had decided that with the help of their parent company Volkswagen,
Volkswagen.
they would give you an affordable Lamborghini.
That sounds cool.
Like it looks like a Lamborghini Aventador or
But-
a Huracan, but instead of using, fancy materials like titanium and carbon fiber and carbotanium,
Sheet metal.
they would just use recycled plastic.
Interesting.
And instead of putting in that screaming V12 engine,
Electric.
you got that shitty little 4-cylinder out of a Golf.
Oh, it's still gas?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. How would you feel? Would you but it's affordable.
But it's affordable.
When people are driving down the street and you're stuck in rush hour, people look over and they say, "That's a Lambo."
It's a Lambo. And then they hear 4 cylinders and they're like, something's off here.
How do you feel about that?
Um,
Does it devalue the Lambo as a brand? Or does it bring accessibility to the masses who one day, who never would have been into the car culture anyway, now maybe want a Lambo?
I think it depends on how much of a fan you are of the concept of the slippery slope.
Okay.
All right. The slippery slope is usually a fallacy where it's like just because X happened, that means Y and then Z and then A, then B and C are going to happen because of this, and we can't do anything now because it's going to lead to this terrible outcome.
So then instead of looking ABC steps ahead, how do you feel about the idea of an affordable Lamborghini?
I think that's cool.
Through those methods that I've just explained to you.
I would probably prefer if it wasn't a 4-cylinder and they just put like an electric engine in there, or made it a hybrid at least.
Okay, it doesn't matter. The whole point is you're not getting the full fat performance.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
I always think that
Like you'll get fine.
in today's day and age, I always feel like there's like no excuse for cars not to look cool, no matter like what price range you're at.
Okay. I see what side of the argument you're going for, but for where I'm going to transition into is like it doesn't really matter. The engine, like if you want, we could say it's an electric. The whole point is it's not going to be a fast car.
Yeah.
Like you're going very slow.
But you just look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool. Because Omega, the Omega watch company,
All right.
has collaborated with their parent company Swatch to bring their most famous watch, the Speedmaster, to the masses.
So how does this deal with Lamborghinis?
Because
So are Lamborghinis not doing that?
no,
Oh.
Lamborghinis are not doing that.
Okay. All right.
And this is the first time you've ever seen a luxury brand pull this kind of trickery.
All right. Okay, let's go.
So Omega, they make the Speedmaster. If you don't know what the Speedmaster looks like,
I do not know what this Speedmaster is.
imagine what you think a watch looks like in your head, and I guarantee you it's the Speedmaster.
Okay.
It's either that or a Rolex Submariner. But if you think of a chronograph like subdials, chances are it's a Speedmaster.
You can tell how much of a nerd he is because he said chronograph.
You've never heard the word chronograph?
No, not in like normal conversation. No,
You don't play sports?
I used to when I was
Like-
a kid.
When people like a stopwatch?
Yeah, you just call it a stopwatch.
Yeah, but like if you put that in a watch, it's called a chronograph.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever heard the word chronograph outside of your
Have you
mouth.
ever watched the Olympics?
Because
Because they use that, like you know that it's sponsored by Omega, and
Yeah, the watch
because
company.
They're chronometer certified, and they
I never caught that part.
I guess
as soon
maybe-
as watches come out, I'm just like, bro.
yeah, but like I guess I don't know because I watch Formula One. They're sponsored by Rolex. Again, they use
That's a real watch company.
a chronograph. But anyways, yeah. Okay, Speedmaster first watch that went to the moon.
Yep.
Right. Blah blah blah. Very famous. If you want one now, it's
Bajillion dollars.
I don't know. You're looking upwards of like $5, $6, $7, $8 grand.
So I
okay?
said a bajillion dollars.
So it's not exactly affordable. We'll say attainable, yes.
But not affordable.
Affordable. I mean, it depends how much you make.
Okay.
I've always liked to look at this watch, but it's not something in my wheelhouse.
Mhm.
But Swatch, that certainly is. And so they've basically recreated the watch with a couple tweaks to it. First of all, it's not a mechanical watch; it's quartz, it's battery powered,
Okay.
and it's not made out of steel. It's made of recycled plastic.
Nice.
And they've made some slight changes to the design, but more or less it is the real deal. Like it looks like the thing on the dial.
They look like nice watches.
It says Omega on the dial.
I cannot tell that it's plastic from these pictures.
Yeah, it's plastic and ceramic.
Still.
So
There's no metal.
yeah, I think the one big key difference here is the original Moon watch looks like a very standard watch. It's black with silver.
Yeah.
And they have that, but they've also given you 10 other watches in wildly varying colors, all representing some sort of planetary system on our solar system.
Man, Uranus looks sick.
The
The light blue one.
the Tiffany blue.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I'm definitely partial to
But
Jupiter.
how do you feel about cheap, cool looking watches, Vince?
Love it.
You do? Okay.
Love
all right.
it.
We're in agreement.
Love it.
What does the watch community think about cheap, nice looking watches?
I think it depends where you currently sit in the watch community.
like if you own a Speedmaster, you're like, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, you've just devalued my watch.
Yeah.
If you don't ever think you're going to own a Speedmaster, now suddenly I could be part of the fun crowd, right?
Dude, you know what this is? This is a watch remaster.
A watch
They've
remaster?
remastered the Speed Demon or whatever the fuck this watch is called.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah, for sure. But anyways, yeah. So the only thing about this release is that it is coming out this Saturday, the 26th, but it's only launching in physical boutique stores.
Nice.
And every country has at least one of these stores.
Okay.
In Canada, it just so happens to be 30 feet below my office,
Nice.
so I can get there. But
Is that the only one in Canada?
yeah,
That's crazy.
like that's the only one.
So wait, are there gonna be like like Swatch diehards flying to Toronto in order to buy a watch.
Maybe.
That's insane.
So like I'm gonna go there Saturday
so
morning. I'm going with my cousin, and because he messaged me, he's like, Vince, we can't afford Omegas, but look at this, we got to get this. I'm like, yes, we do.
What if I show up with like my Pac-Man Timex?
That's fine.
All right,
That's
okay.
fine.
I'm gonna get roasted.
We're lining up for a Swatch. I don't think anyone's gonna like judge you.
Timex, ugh.
Like it's in the same ballpark. You go with a Casio.
Hell yeah.
Fuck man.
I got a
don't know.
Casio too. I'll wear both.
The thing is, I'm pretty sure like actual watch geeks like of the Rolex quality and up will show up and buy one too.
Oh, probably.
Because at the end of the day, like this is so cool. Like it's gonna be about, I think they said 200 pounds.
So like 500 Canadian dollars.
No, I think on our site it's 3 something,
Okay.
like 320. So I still think that's a lot of money for people who are not into watches to spend on a watch.
Also, for the fact that it's made out of recycled plastic and it's battery powered, and like they've made it at the cheap. Like the overhead must be nothing on these watches. They must be making a killing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The nice thing is they've said it is not limited edition. So, and eventually, at some point later in the year, they will offer these online, but the initial run is in person. So, definitely, I'm excited to pick one up. I think you can buy 2. I really like the Mission to Mars, like that white and red. I don't know
if
it's hella bold.
Yeah.
It's a reference to their Alaska project, which
Okay.
is
Something?
a watch they took to Alaska. I don't know.
Sure.
The one I really want though is Jupiter, and it says here it's bronze colored with an orange Ultraman seconds hand. So I don't know if I told you about this, but one of the Speedmaster releases they did was based on Ultraman, and what they did is in one of the subdials they put Ultraman's face in it.
That's cool.
And so when it illuminated in the dark, you saw Ultraman.
Nice.
And all the hands were orange. I don't think this one does it, but I like the color
But the
scheme.
orange is the same orange.
Yeah, but it's the same orange. So like it's cool. So like
that one's more of like a classic watch.
Yeah, so like with each of these different colors, they have some sort of nod to one of like, we'll just say the real watch's release window. So yeah, I think it's all really cool, and I like seeing this kind of stuff happen, especially, you know, let's face it, things are expensive, especially now since COVID. Everything's gotten really expensive.
And these watches are also still pretty expensive.
Yeah, and I mean, and I told you that the Speedmaster, like the original one, was pretty expensive now.
Mm-hmm.
When I first got into watches, that was technically still affordable. Like it was like less than 3,000, but now it's like I said, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Everything popped up, yeah.
Yeah, right. So it's cool to see a big company like Omega just be like, well, we won't like gatekeep all our shit. Like,
yeah,
like we get it. Some people will never be able to get there, so let's let you have a little piece of a little taste.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, that was just one of those things that like kind of surprised me this week, and I was like, whoa, that's so cool. Anyways, another surprise. Netflix has again procured an anime series.
Oh, they're going to talk about their price hike.
No. Oh, that went up, but I didn't even see that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, Netflix has an anime series coming. I think June.
Okay.
From fan favorite fighting series, Tekken.
I know Tekken. I've heard about Tekken.
Tekken Bloodline is the title, and I think it centers around Jin Kazama's origin story.
Fighting in the forest to hang out with Heihachi.
Fighting with his mom, which will inevitably be killed or something. We'll see.
Thrown into a volcano, most likely.
Sure. Then he finds Heihachi, who will train him and eventually throw him into a volcano.
Ogre showed up.
They showed a lot of characters. I was surprised.
King was there at the end.
Yeah, Paul was there throughout. They had a couple other ones too, but I guess the overarching thing here is it's 1, a Tekken anime, and 2, it's CG, and I don't mean like parts of it. It's like all of it.
Yeah.
So how did this look to you?
There were a couple sections where I was like, hot damn, this show looks good. Like, the show looks real good. And then there was a couple other sections, especially in any sort of like camera panning or like 360 movement around a character, and I'm like, there's the CG. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I think the thing with 3Ds or CG is it allows them to use far more dynamic camera movements as opposed to 2D. But the one they always go for is like, and it's always in my head. It's like, you remember the original Matrix when they did the bullet time?
Yeah,
and
he's
the
like,
camera swoops around.
Yeah, and he's like doing the backwards
I don't know
thing.
why. Like every time anime goes CG, they have to pull that move
Everyone
off,
thinks that shit is awesome.
and it always looks awful.
It looks terrible.
But yeah, I think it looks good. I think I like the art style they've gone with. Like they've gone with like really harsh edging on like the characters.
Yep.
I think it looks cool.
Honestly, at this point, everyone should just fucking buy the Guilty Gear engine and just make all their shit in that. Because I don't know how Arc Systems did it, but they have made they sometimes also do the 360 Matrix thing, and it still looks like everything is 2D.
Yeah,
I don't know how the fuck they do that.
I'm not too sure.
Just buy that
to
shit.
be honest. Yeah. All right. Well, cool.
But Tekken anime.
Do you like the Tekken story?
The story? Absolutely not. It's wonky bullshit. It's fucking terrible.
Wait, is there any fighting game story that you respect?
That I respect?
Yeah.
Like legitimately?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, do you like?
Yeah. The Guilty Gear franchise is absolutely bonkers.
Okay, Guilty Gear is the only one I'll give you, sure.
And the King of Fighters franchise is fucking insane.
But it's not good.
Oh my god.
It's not good.
No, but it's good, you know?
It's
pretty
not.
good.
No,
but
no.
I wouldn't say it's good.
Yeah, stop messing with me. It's not that good.
It's not good, but
Shut
it's
up.
good.
It's not good. It's not good.
Dude, they have death continuity in that series. It's pretty sick.
Lame. Okay. That was a Tekken Bloodline. Okay. I think it looks cool. I like Tekken as a series, and I've always liked the story.
Yeah, we should watch a couple episodes when it comes out.
Yeah, I think we should. Something that's on the opposite end of the spectrum that's not doing too hot right now is Gran Turismo 7.
Bruh. I've been reading so much news about Gran
Turismo 7. Now,
oh my god.
I love Gran Turismo 7.
I love Gran Turismo.
And I have stated last week that there are parts about it that I was not a fan of.
Mm-hmm.
And they've seemed to, and I think when we were talking, I said that a patch had gone out and it reduced.
Yeah, you were breaking news on that.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, it reduced like the amount you could earn. Turns out, everyone felt the same way. Like, what the F?
Or they listened to this podcast and they're like, Vince is right.
That's true. I think the crazy, like the thing that's really like salt in the wounds about that is they reduced the payout. And really, I guess, not enforced, but upped the significance of the microtransactions after the reviews had dropped.
That's so fucking shady.
Yeah.
Also, this is like a big like geek thing.
Yeah.
But so Metacritic, they have like everybody knows Metacritic. Right?
Yeah.
They have a thing where you're not allowed to update your score on Metacritic, even though you've updated your score on the website.
Yeah.
So everybody who gave Gran Turismo like an 8 or a 9 because that wasn't the state of the game, right? Like, it's so shitty. It's so crazy.
It's so shady. It's so shady.
I honestly, I'm gonna be a little bit divisive. All right, you know, I kind of expect this shit from China. All right, but Japan.
I don't know. I do expect this from Japan.
Okay.
I mean, like Japan has always been like this. Like, look at Square. Like they nickel and like look how many times we've bought Kingdom Hearts. Like
yeah, but that's my fault.
And yet we keep doing it.
Yeah, but that's not. I don't think that's shady, right? That's just them re-releasing a product that you like. This is like, okay, you bought Kingdom Hearts, all right. Oh no, you know what this is? Okay, I'll give you the exact Square Enix. This is you bought Kingdom Hearts 3 and you beat it, but the real ending is in the DLC.
Yeah,
that's what this is.
Yeah,
right.
No, I think you're right. I and it's rough, man. And I know Kazunori, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yamuchi, he had a special statement on the Gran Turismo website regarding this.
Fuck you, buy my $40 cars, bitch.
And like at the beginning, it sounded like he understood the issue, and he was like, "Listen, we don't want you to have to like constantly grind, blah blah blah." And in the coming updates, we want to be able to introduce more ways for you to earn, whether that be more expanded career modes or additions of roulettes and whatnot.
Gambling.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, so like on one hand, it's so what you're saying is this the current economy was built around a game that's not finished.
Exactly.
Right? Which is kind of like, that's kind of bullshit. All right. Whatever. But the other thing is, he has a specific line in there, and I'm just trying to scroll through it, and he says, okay, I would like to have users enjoy lots of cars and races even without microtransactions. At the same time, the pricing of cars is an important element that conveys the value and rarity. So I do think it's important for it to be linked with real world prices.
That's what?
And okay, fair enough. If you're telling me McLaren's F1 costs 20 million, fine, it'll be 20 million in the game.
Yeah.
But what I would say is, does Lewis Hamilton earn $30,000 for completing a race?
No.
No, he does not.
And also on the other side is like, I totally get the popularity of car via, and like showing that via price argument, right?
Yeah.
I think that is a really cool feature to add to the game.
Yeah.
Where say like everybody wants a fucking Supra, right?
Yeah.
And you go into the Gran Turismo online market and everyone's buying Supras. But the thing is like, you're tying the in-game currency to real world money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the problem lies. It's not because you made this like market. That's cool. Nobody cares. But you haven't given them any real ways to make that money.
Yeah. And I guess he's trying to say, is like, yeah, well, can you really own $100,000 car?
You wouldn't download a car, would you?
Yes, I would. I think to add insult to injury, after, like, I think I explained that Gran Turismo has a thing called legend cars.
Yep.
So, like, the most expensive cars in the game are on a rotating weekly basis, and like in that selection, there's only 5 available. They usually range from like a couple 100,000 to a few million, and before the update where they reduced the payouts, I think the most expensive car you could buy there was like 5 million credits.
Okay, I'm assuming that's like the F1 car.
No, it was like a historic car.
Oh, okay.
After the update, they updated the store and they put in only the most expensive cars. So they put in the McLaren F1, 18 million.
Oh my god.
Ford GT40, 18 million, right? The Porsche Le Mans car, 20 million.
There's no Toyota Celica in there.
No, like it's only the really, really
Oh my
big hitters.
God.
And yeah, could you grind these cars out? Yeah, I think someone did the math, and at the current pay rate, it would take you like 40 hours for one car.
40 hours.
At the current pay rate of the
That's
game.
crazy.
The other thing you could do is you could just buy them out with microtransactions.
Yeah.
But
aren't there also just like, if you want to buy this car?
no.
Because I thought I saw like,
No.
it was like, it showed a car and it had the credits, but then beside it had the real world pricing.
No.
Or like real money pricing.
So in Gran Turismo Sport, they just made it so a flat rate. If you wanted a car, any
Yeah.
car, it was $250.
Okay.
In this game, it's $20 for 2 million credits.
Oh.
So if you do the quick math, that McLaren F1 is $185.
Oh my god.
So yes, I guess they reflect real world price. Like it makes iRacing look like a bargain. Like
iRacing still deletes your shit if you unsave.
yeah, you're right.
So-
You're right. If you stop paying the membership fee, but still, I don't know. That's ridiculous.
Dude, racing games are shady. What the fuck?
I think it's just because of COVID, right? Like the whole sim racing scene has boomed, and Kazunori, Gran Turismo is a. I think for him, like you get the sense that he would rather have made a subscription model game, but he's already stuck to this thing where he can't, right? Gran Turismo is inherently a Sony first party. This is a big staple, like big budget release. You could add content to it if you want to, but we're not going to give you like a live on service demand type of game.
I also think that like people would be less mad if they had released Gran Turismo 7 for free and then basically had like a battle pass, right?
Absolutely.
Right? And just, like, do
would've
online
not said
racing and
anything,
do whatever. Like I don't think even like racing fans would be opposed to that if it promises like a generation long support,
Yeah.
right? But this is, I don't know. I hate this in the same way. I kind of hate NFTs. Where it's like he's just creating artificial scarcity within his game, and that artificial scarcity I only have an issue with it because it's translating to real world money and not just money in the game.
For sure. Yeah, it's it's tough to believe that this is actually happening in the game, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not crazy. I'm not boycotting the game or anything, but it is one of those things where it's
sell
like,
right now.
This is ridiculous.
At Yoshinori Ono and just
No.
dude, burn your disc.
No,
burn the Blu-ray.
I can't.
All right.
I bought the digital edition.
Burn your PlayStation.
What the F? I just bought a new steering wheel for it.
Burn the steering wheel.
No.
All right.
I paid so much money for it.
No, you didn't. You got it. They paid you for it.
Well, it's their fault.
Technically, the market paid you for it.
So
I know how that whole transaction went.
Anyways, Gran Turismo 7 continues to be a mess.
Wow.
And I hope that it picks up and does something eventually.
It's so crazy, that game, because from the outset, it really does feel like, oh, this is a love letter to car culture, right? You get the menus, you get the historical
sure
background.
Is a love letter.
Oh, baby,
cars ain't
like,
cheap.
And it's just like, give me your fucking money, bitch.
I mean, one would argue that that is the car enthusiast hobby.
Yeah, I guess.
Give me your money.
But that's not the way they advertised it.
What's that? You want new tires? Give me 20 grand.
Oh my god. How much is a car wash in Gran Turismo? How many microtransactions do I need for a car wash?
So amazingly, that's still only 50 credits.
Nice.
And I'm like, wow,
Why
really?
does that cost money at all?
When you think about it, that's still overpriced. Like, who's paying $50 for a car wash?
What a deal.
I mean, the oil change is $500. Like, that's
God,
like, what
credits?
is that?
Jesus Christ.
Like, I just got my car's oil changed. Like, it was not $500.
I stole my neighbor's oil. It was free.
Like, wow. Like, that was wild. Oh, what are you going to do? Those are my picks. I think it was a pretty slow week in terms of news from my perspective.
Yeah, there's also not a lot on my end either. The Suicide Squad game, Kill the Justice League, made by Rocksteady. They had a 2020 holiday release before. Delayed spring 2023.
I wonder why.
Probably because games can delay whenever they want and nothing happens. I was talking about the Harry Potter game to my friend.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, you should check out this Harry Potter game. I think you'll be way into it.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, I heard a lot of like I heard a scandal around the game. I was like, a scandal? What?
Harry Potter?
Around the Harry Potter game? A scandal?
Tell me more.
And she sent me a link and it was just like Harry Potter delayed until 2023. And I was just like, oh man, you don't play video games because like I can't remember a major game that hasn't been delayed at least once in like the past 4 years. Right?
Okay.
Like being a project manager on a video game must be fucking sick, right? Because it's just like, hey, we're not going to make our deadline. Just delay it. Who gives a shit? Whatever.
Yeah.
That's how it feels at this point. So whatever. In cooler news, the Forspoken devs, the tech demo game, they have said that they now live in a world. So GDC is happening right now, and so they're doing a lot of GDC talks. So the devs from there were at GDC, and they're talking that like now because of NVMe's 1 second load times are a thing of now.
Yeah.
On the PC. So they were talking about that they had a cutscene in gameplay where loading time took anywhere between 1.7 seconds and 2.2 seconds to transition from gameplay to cutscene. That's awesome. That's so sick. But also kind of sucks. You know why?
Why?
No more loading screen mini games, dude.
Actually, did I tell you that in Horizon Forbidden West?
No loading screens.
No. You have an option to delay your loading screen.
Really?
Because in the loading screen, they have like tips and stuff. Mm-hmm. But because the loading's so fast, it just shows up and disappears.
So you can't read the tips.
Yeah, so in the options, it says, do you want to delay the loading screen?
That's cool.
So it won't skip it, and the loading won't be as fast.
All right, I like that.
Like, it's cool. Good. I'd rather just not care for it.
But yeah, I think that's a really exciting thing for games going forward, especially now that I'm a PC gamer, baby.
What do you mean now? Weren't you always?
Not really. I played on my laptop, like kind of on my shitty laptop before.
How long have you had your PC?
Like 3-4 years.
I mean, that's definitely not recent.
Yeah, but I think it's in my gaming career, it's pretty recent.
Okay.
Relative, right? I've been gaming since I was like 4.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
And then the other one, the last two stories I have are fighting game character releases. So in King of Fighters 15,
Yes.
that game is out. They are releasing alongside their 2 team packs, which cost money. They are releasing a free, I tell you, character.
Free.
Cost of $0. All right, you just need the game.
Okay.
It is Omega Rugal.
That's a name.
So Rugal was the original antagonist, and his 2 sidekicks were Vice and Mature in the original games. I think he died canonically in the 98 game. Oh, no, 98 was a Ultimate Match game, so he died in 97.
Okay.
But he came back at a certain point as Omega Rugal.
Rugal.
Super jacked out. He's one of the most bullshit SNK bosses ever created just because of one move, which is Genocide Kata.
Wow.
Yeah. Genocide Cutter, baby.
Wow.
And they've brought him out in 2 versions, at least as far as I know, in 2 versions. So one version is the version you can take and play with your friends, which is kind of tame, right? They've toned down his stuff. He's still got Genocide Cutter. It's pretty cool. Still got all his like wall-to-wall supers. Looks pretty sick. But the real one, the one that matters, is the bullshit SNK boss version. And so in this game, they have now added a mode where you can just strictly face off against SNK bosses. And anybody who's played an SNK game knows that SNK final bosses are complete bullshit.
Really?
They're input readers, okay? They know exactly what you're going to do at all times. They have instant full screen supers that hit for half your life bar. They are just unbalanced monsters. And now they have a mode dedicated for you to face an unbalanced monster.
Okay.
So some King of Fighters fans, my friends included, are pretty excited because they think that they're going to bring back more bosses so that you can face.
Oh, wait. Is this boss thing just the one character?
I think so far it's just the one character. Yeah, it's just Omega Rugal.
Oh, for some reason I saw this trailer and I thought it was like a boss rush mode.
I think they might have the boss from 15 in it as well.
Yeah, okay.
But it sounds like they're going to add more boss characters for you to like challenge up against the CPU basically. So people like Magaki from 11 would be in there and he's total bullshit, or Orochi or something, right? You just face off against all the SNK boss characters and then have a bad time, but also a fun time because it's hard and fun.
I see.
Well, this is cool. The update's coming April 14th. So if you have the game, get it for free in a patch, most likely. And look forward to that. And then the last one is the final Season 1 character for Guilty Gear Strive is being released. So it is... Everyone saw that leak from like last year. They thought it was going to be Jam. They're like, man, Jam's going to come out. It's going to be sick. She's going to do Kung Fu. It's not. It's Testament. One of the most hated characters from Guilty Gear Plus R. Mainly because everything he does is good. He's like, he's a trap character. So he puts down like trees and spider webs and shit that fuck you up. Anytime you want to make an approach, those hit you and then you get hit into like a 40% life combo. He has good range. But now Testament is back in a new form, a more androgynous form. They go by the they them pronouns now, which is classic for anime, and seems like a more tame version of Testament. So in this one, Testament has a couple moves. They're all really easy. They're just like straight up attacks. There's no traps and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's got Grave Reaper, where he digs, or they dig like a blood puddle with their scythe and shoot out like a blood skull.
Yeah.
And then depending on how long you hold it, it'll have different projectile properties. Unholy Diver shoots a crow that can latch up, or that goes in any direction that this succubus thing is in. Possession lets you teleport to your succubus. What was Arbiter's Sign? I forget what Arbiter's Sign was.
I have no idea.
That was the one where, depending on if you hit slash or heavy slash, it's either a low or an overhead. You get like a tracking projectile that appears instantly, either above or below, and you have to block high or low, depending. but it only tracks if you're like kind of in the mid screen. If you're on the edges of the screen or you're right up in their face, it won't hit them.
Okay.
And then they got some supers, some instant supers, some reversal supers, and stuff like that. But Testament looks like a very fun character. It seems like very straightforward, other than the crow. But because all of that crow stuff is linked with your projectile move, your main projectile move, which you're going to be using in combos anyways, it's almost like a faux complexity. Like, it doesn't really matter that that extra level is there because you're going to be doing it anyways. It's not something extra you have to think about, really. So yeah, Testament seems cool. We got so in this whole season we got, was it Gold Lewis, the man with the coffin, Area 51 coffin.
Yep.
We got Biken.
Mm-hmm.
We got Happy Chaos. We got Jack O, and we got Testament. I'd say it's a pretty solid lineup for the season 1. I'm pretty happy with it as a season pass holder, and this will, like the other characters, will probably get me to go back into Guilty Gear for another couple hours, check out the new characters, realize I forgot everything I had learned before, and then shut it off.
You didn't have a stick for this, right?
I didn't. And then our previous host Blaven lent me his stick.
Okay.
So I've had that for a couple months.
Okay.
I just kind of haven't been using it for Guilty Gear. But
what have you been using it for?
when I go to my friend's house and we play King of Fighters or we play anime games, I'll bring it over.
Wait, Guilty Gear. I thought you got that on PC.
I did.
Oh, is the stick PC?
Yeah, 6
PlayStation?
PC and PlayStation.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Got it.
It's pretty sweet.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely want to check them out. You'll probably hear about it later on. But if you like Guilty Gear, check out the new design for Testament. They look cool. But also, I think the English voice is a man, but the Japanese voice is a lady. So,
Well, I mean, it is. Well, okay. I have to choose my words carefully.
oh, dude, you're getting canceled.
I know. Testament started as a dude
Yes.
before they. I forget the story, but like they did, something happened.
Yeah, they
And
went
they
to
sli-
hell, and they didn't have to protect Dizzy anymore.
They had to they lost their
Yeah,
humanity.
they weren't like an edgelord anymore,
Yeah.
so they're just like, I'm gonna drink some tea now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's canonical reasons for it. It's probably in the fucking pachinko game.
Yeah.
All right, go watch the story breakdowns on YouTube.
I remember trying to figure that out in the first Guilty Gear game, and I was like, I don't understand.
Whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
It's all bullshit. But
Yeah.
those are my picks. It's been a quiet, relaxing week, dude.
Okay.
A lot of news.
Cool. Well, we have some emails.
We do. We have a couple.
Do you want to take the first one?
Sure. We had a question from Joseph Hazel where he's jonesing for some second chances.
Oh, baby, what happened? Who broke
Dude,
your
who
heart?
did it, dude?
What happened?
You want me to beat him up? Yo, I'll come over there. I'll get him, all right?
What did you do? What did you do?
What did you do? Oh, my God. So over the past couple years, I couldn't help but notice a few times where the crew has evolved their thinking on certain things. From Vince being completely done with the MCU to him being doing a completionist run on the entire 30-plus movie run and ready for more, while Anthony originally came down harshly on Astral Chain, only being a lot more forgiving of it and defending Platinum. What are some takes that over time you completely did a 180 on? What are times that surprised you the most that were changed? What times surprised you the most were you changed on your opinion in the strongest?
Okay, cool. Actually, no, I do want to ask you, like, when did you spin on Astral Chain? Because I remember you didn't like that game when it came out.
Yeah, so I really shit on the counter system in Astral Chain. And I think we were talking about Platinum maybe like a couple weeks ago. And I was like, Astral Chain's okay.
Yeah, I remember you. I remember you saying that. I'm like,
Yeah.
What? Since when?
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll actually,
Alright.
so because of that, I'll start first. I think a lot of my opinions, the further out I get from something, if I thought really, really positively about something, or if I thought really, really negatively about something, it'll start to even out the further I get away from it. So like even now, like Breath of the Wild is really fucking good, right? It's really good.
Are you about to tell me it is not the best Zelda game?
But I don't have like the same. It's still the best Zelda game,
All
right?
right.
But I just don't have the exact same reverence for it that I had, like, when it came out.
Wait, what are you trying to say then? Like it's not as good as you thought it was?
Like I think I've cooled down on a lot of stuff.
Because like,
about Breath
okay,
of the
so
Wild.
are you trying to tell me that like, because what you're describing is the honeymoon phase? Are
Yeah.
you just trying to say that when things come out and you make an opinion, you have to be mindful that you're still in the honeymoon phase? Is that what you're trying to tell
Probably
me?
should.
Okay.
Probably should.
All right.
Right. And then like with Astral Chain on the other end, I just fucking hated that counter system at the time. But really, that was the only complaint I can remember of Astral Chain, where I thought like retroactively, I do think that the chain ability was cool, having your familiar and you can do stuff with that.
Okay.
Doing some combos were okay, but also I haven't played that game since it came out because I never beat it.
Yeah.
So
I remember.
I could be misremembering, and I actually do actively have a seething hatred for Astral Chain.
Yeah.
So it's just when I get me personally, when I get super far away from certain things, I get less heated, or I get less, I guess, like enthusiastic about whatever it is that I enjoyed.
Okay.
There are very rare things that I keep that reverence for, in either positive or negative. Like the negative example is Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns. Fuck that game.
Oh,
it's dog shit.
I think so you love it.
No, dog shit.
No, you love it.
And then on the other end, it's like Metal Gear Solid 2 is peak stealth action. I fucking love that game.
Okay.
It's
no.
crazy. I love that. It's so good. You can be in a locker, okay? And then if there's a lady poster in the locker and you go first person and you zoom up to it, you'll kiss the poster. Dude, that's on the PlayStation 2, dude.
No. That's no for me.
Snake versus Monkey. What are you talking about? Ape Escape crossover in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Nah.
Dude.
Nah.
See, I don't know. I don't think I have like a specific one where I did like a complete 180 on. There might be some like food shit. Like I used to fucking hate olives, and now I love olives, if that counts. But it's like a boring one.
Okay. Yeah. I think I have two that are video game related. Like,
yeah, you do think Okami is the best Zelda game. It's true. It's true.
No. I think much larger than that. I don't think about the small people.
Oh my god. Clover Studios crying.
I for a long time, especially during the show, I was like adamantly opposed to PC gaming.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
I was console only because, and to be honest, I kind of still do prefer the idea of simplicity and convenience.
You bought Elden Ring on a console.
I did because it was just easier.
Pop in the disc, baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did buy the physical copy. What the fuck's wrong with me? Yeah. So like, but now I have a PC and I play video games on it, and I have to admit it's probably like if video games were my only hobby and I could only choose one today, it would definitely be the PC, I think.
So does your 180, do you think that comes from the fact that PC gaming has become easier and easier since we started the podcast? Because we've been doing this for what, like 11 years, 10 years?
Yeah.
And when we started, PC gaming, even though Steam existed, was a pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah.
Such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And now, like, drivers are all, like, work with each other. You just got one platform to install your shit. Everything works with everything. Occasionally get an advantage if you have an NVIDIA card, but who cares?
Like, assuming your gear is up to date, PC gaming is very, very simple to do. I think, it's a combination of, Steam has just, like it or hate it is like this behemoth now that we all subscribe to. And the idea of console exclusives is becoming less and less significant. For sure, there's going to be some titles that you can't access. But if, like, all the Microsoft ones are there, Sony ones are coming. They're going to be delayed.
They just put God of War on the PC.
Yeah, they'll probably be delayed like a couple of years, but they'll eventually make it. Like, I'm kind of still crossing my fingers that Gran Turismo makes its way to the PC.
And if you're like a person with a family and a full-time job, and you're just like, I have this PC, I'm not going to buy a PlayStation to play God of War. Like, you can just wait because those years will pass by.
Yeah, absolutely.
Flash, and you'll be like, oh, look, I can play it on PC now. Cool.
Yeah. The keyboard and mouse, like it's an interesting input method, I think. It's not my favorite, but that thankfully, again, with the PC, you can just use your Xbox or PlayStation controller. Yeah. And from just a practical point of view, I prefer sitting really close to my monitor and playing a video game more often than sitting at my couch and playing on a big screen. The only reason I choose big screens is because generally you can always get a nicer TV than you can a monitor. And for single player games that are really focused around cinematics and whatnot, it's just nicer to have that bigger visual display.
Yeah. So that's where I'm the opposite. I actually really like just being like sprawled out on a couch with like my controller over my head and playing like the most stretched out way possible.
Well, I think it depends. Like when you're playing competitive FPS or something, like do you want?
Oh yeah, so that's the difference, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not always playing competitive games. And I think what sucks about my setup now is that like I have everything hooked up to my PC. And so I'm always sitting in a computer chair, and so it's like not as comfy. But if I had it my way, I would just be fucking sprawled out. Everything be hooked up to like a center console, and then I could occasionally hook shit up to a PC monitor when I want to play like Apex or something.
Why don't you just do that then?
Because it's just not like the setup I have doesn't really.
You can't just put like a TV beside like corner desk it.
I don't have the space.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. Oh, for some reason I keep thinking you were in the basement. That's why. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Oh, I am. Still no space.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even after the renos?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. The other thing I did 180 on that like I absolutely love, but now kind of just despise looking at every time I see it, is the Nintendo Switch.
Ooh.
Like I remember loving the thing.
We
when
did
it
love
came
the
out.
Switch.
Like the whole idea.
I still like the Switch.
Like the idea of like what it could do, but now it's just like, man, that shit's gotten long in the tooth. Like,
how old is the Switch now?
It's only like 4 years.
That's pretty long.
I mean,
for a recent Nintendo generation, yeah.
I don't know, like, but it feels longer. Like it feels like it's 8 years.
True, it came out in 2017.
Yeah, so like when I see it now, it's just like, come on, like do something. Like I want to poke it with a stick and be like, change.
I think it's at the end of its life cycle, honestly.
I mean, I hope so, but like you never know, right? This thing could be going on forever.
Do you think that the Switch will continue, or like Nintendo will continue releasing portable platforms like the Switch?
At this point, yeah, I think
they're going to go back to strictly home console.
No, I don't think they can. I don't see Nintendo having that divide again of like a home console and the Nintendo DS.
Yeah,
I think having everything on one platform simplifies things for them, and I guess, yeah, you only have one platform to deal with, and it does both things that you want, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know. But the Switch is the one where I'm like, oh, man, what a piece of shit.
How dare you, all right? They got good games on there.
I said I'm not knocking the games.
All right.
I'm knocking the system.
Okay.
Like, I still look at Pokemon Arceus, like, and I thought about playing that this week, and I booted it up, and I'm like, dude, coming off of Elden Ring. And Elden Ring doesn't even look that great, okay? Like, man, that Pokemon Arceus is just not a looker.
Dude, it's about the adventure, okay? It's about the content.
We'll see what happens.
Not the visual it's on the inside that counts.
How you can tell me that when I'm playing Elden Ring?
It's what's on the inside that counts, dude.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, so that's those. I think those are the two big 180s I can think of at the moment. Yeah, I'm not too sure if there's anything else that was as significant. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, back in the early days, I went back and forth between iOS and Android.
You did. It's true. And you picked the wrong side. You chose the dark side.
Someone say I chose the white side.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Anyways, yeah, that's it. I
had a joke there, but I'm going to leave it.
Yeah? Yeah, you better. You're going to get canceled if you
Hell
pick
yeah.
that up.
I need to be employed.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's it for me. Like, I have the food ones too, like, but they're not really that exciting.
Mm-hmm.
They're just things.
I used to hate Brie. You know, I love Brie.
No, I've never hated
Brie Larson.
What?
I don't know.
Actors. Yeah,
Yeah, I get
for
it.
sure. There's tons of.
Jennifer Lawrence is evergreen. Right?
No, she's not.
Will be hot forever.
She hasn't been relevant in like a decade.
She was in that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. Just on that Netflix movie.
Did you watch that?
No, I heard it was bad.
Yeah. Well, Jennifer Lawrence hasn't been relevant.
But I got
in like
to
a
see
decade.
I got to see her in the news. All right, she's looking like cutie patootie, still rocking strong. And now she's a MILF, so works out.
I mean, I would argue she always kind of looked like that.
Hell yeah.
Whatever. Cool. Nothing else with 180 opinions, huh?
No, I think it's too hard for me to think specifically because in my head everything is very like evened out. It's mellowed out.
That's so lame.
I know.
That's so lame.
I forget. I forgive and forget. You know, except for Lightning Returns.
I don't think you forgive and forget. I think you just don't care.
Isn't that the same?
No.
All right.
No, it's
Isn't
not.
that the same?
That is not.
Not
the
caring.
Same. No. Yeah.
So what? I don't hold grudges, is what you're saying?
Yeah, but not because you're not that kind of guy, but because you don't care. And I would
Are
argue
you calling me dumb?
that's even worse.
Are you calling me stupid?
No, I'm calling you emotionless.
All right. Sick. Nice.
But you already knew that.
What? No, I'm not. Listen. I have emotions. All right. All right.
No, you don't.
I have empathy.
We have proof. Wow.
I have empathy.
You know
okay?
the concept of empathy. I'll give you that.
Listen, I can define empathy. All right.
But you cannot perform it.
I can perform it.
No, you can't.
I can do performative empathy.
Exactly. You can do performative empathy, but you can't
Yeah,
actually.
that's performing empathy. What are you talking about?
Not from a genuine standpoint.
Does it matter?
Yes, it does.
If the other person feels it's genuine, does it really matter?
You're asking, are you acting or not?
Does it matter?
Yes,
if
it
they,
does.
If they believe
One is real and one isn't.
exactly.
Wow.
What is real?
Oh, that's a dot for this topic.
All right. I think, therefore, I am. That is the only thing that we can ascertain in this world. Everything else could be a simulation. You don't know.
think, therefore I am.
I think, therefore, I am.
Oh, I was like,
Right?
are you pulling out though? Who do you think you are? I am.
No. I think, therefore, I am. All right?
Yes.
You know you're yourself. All right. Get into the metaphysics. Let's go.
I don't know that.
All right.
I can't prove
You can
that.
look it up.
I can't prove that you are yourself.
No, exactly. You can't prove me, but I also can't prove you, but you can prove yourself.
No, I can prove myself.
Yeah.
And I can prove you.
And I can prove myself.
No, you can't. You're not,
I don't have the ability to prove myself.
No.
Damn, dude, that's fucked up. What a burn. Holy shit.
No.
Oh my
I'm
god.
glad you understand. Anyways, we got a question to chew on.
All right, I'm going to chew on that fucking burn. Oh my god.
You know what I want to talk about today?
What?
Magazines.
Damn, Paul.
Do you guys used to pick up magazines when you were younger?
Yes.
Do you like them?
Yes.
Do you miss them?
Yes.
If so, what specific magazines did you buy? Even more telling, were there any specific ones that made your subscription in the mail tier? For me, I loved magazines. They were especially great on a trip, on a plane in particular, but also in a car. Always a nerd, I used to sub to Toy Fair and Hero Illustrated. I used to pick up Wizard magazine at the comic store each month and Electronics Gaming Monthly when I went to the game store. Whenever I would be going on a trip, I would pick up the latest US Weekly or Us Weekly.
Okay.
It was mindless enough, yet still interesting enough that I would last an entire plane ride, and I would leave it in the back seat for the next passenger. As I got older, I used to sub to Maxim
Ooh.
and For Him magazine.
Oh my god.
Because I was cool, bro.
Damn. I didn't realize we're hanging with a baller.
So the thing I got about this is Paul must really be a baller.
yeah.
Because his magazine experiences are in a plane. And like, how many planes or trips are you taking for like you to always
I'm
be
going to bring
buying?
my plane magazine.
I mean, yeah, like,
And also, I'm so loaded. I'm not even going to keep it. I'm
Yeah.
going to leave it in the passenger seat.
sure, sometimes the car is good, but these are worth the plane.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, damn, dude.
That's fuck. This is private
Good
jet.
for you.
This is private jet.
Good for you, sir.
Do I like magazines?
Yeah, do you like magazines?
I do like magazines.
Okay.
I do. I think I kind of like, honestly, I kind of like romanticize the magazine era of consuming news.
Okay.
Just because the layouts in certain magazines are and were so much nicer and more creative than a website, right?
Yeah.
Where it'd be like the layout of an article with the pictures and stuff, or you'd have like a 2-page spread that like went across and it looked really nice. I think a lot of that's honestly, I think the one thing the internet is still missing.
I don't know. I think some websites have definitely caught up to that now.
Yes, some websites.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of websites that I go on that are just so
Yeah, but
bare
that's
bones, dude.
that's your choice of website.
I guess it's just like, man, after that fucking PC video, I don't go on The Verge anymore. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't really trust them. But The Verge has a nice layout. Like, Polygon has a decent layout, especially when they have like big editorials. Like, they get a big news story or a big interview.
Yeah.
They'll have like a nice web page, but it'll only be for that article, right? Whereas in a magazine, they did have a month to prepare everything, and so almost every page was meticulously designed, and it was like appealing to the eyes, at least in my kid brain.
I think it depends. Some were not every page, because when I think of magazines, the cover story always looked great.
Yeah.
Letter section never did.
Yeah, but nobody cares about
The review
peons,
section
dude.
never did.
Certain review, when they had like the page where it was like the 200-word reviews, and it was just like 20 of them on one page, like that didn't look nice.
good.
Yeah.
But again, like it comes like the features and the cover story always look good, and that's how I feel about websites too. Like you said, like The Verge will do it for like if they have a big preview or something.
Yeah.
It'll look great. But a lot of the regular news stuff that no one really cares about, yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah. And I guess for magazines I liked, surprise, this is mostly video game magazines.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was an OPM guy. I was an official PlayStation.
It explains
magazine,
a lot. It explains a lot.
right? So I that was that. I think that was that and EGM were like the only magazines I would buy. And I recently found like half of my OPM collection, and I have them still. And I have the final issue of OPM still. I still have a CD spindle full of every demo disc I got from any OPM magazines.
Oh, you have it on a spindle.
Like I have like a little like.
I'm surprised you don't have it like in a binder where you could flip
I don't have a
through it.
binder.
Oh, okay.
I should get one though. It'd probably be better for the CDs.
I just thought you would like that for display purposes. Like it's easier to see what's
I
there.
do, but I've been using them. All right, I've been playing through demo discs.
Yeah, but when you go through them, like
True. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I should get a CD. Do you think anybody still sells CD binders?
Imagine I hope next you tell me you found one, you're like, dude, they were like $25. I'm like, oh my god.
But it's like in a wooden case, like and it locks and.
Well, hold on. You just need to buy a binder, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the sleeves that you got to buy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But what if I want the all-in-one with the zip up? With the hard exterior, all right, with that 5-star quality.
Man, nothing says 90s. Holy shit.
All right, I know what I'm going to do this week. I'm going to try to find a fucking CD binder. Hell yeah.
Might as well go to a thrift store.
Let's go. But
Okay.
yeah, I still have all those. And the other one, I never subscribed to anything, but the other one I bought fairly regularly, but I don't have anymore, was also very telling, Import Tuner magazine.
Oh, you bought
Dude,
that a lot?
I bought Import Tuner maybe like 4 or 5 times a year.
Wow.
And listen, I'd be lying if I was like, you know what? These cars are the reason I buy the magazine. All right? But
like
Teenage Anthony, those car girls, hot damn.
I don't think for as much as I like cars, I don't think I've ever bought Import Tuner.
Really?
I've never bought Import Tuner.
Yeah, Import Tuner was fucking crazy. And it was like it also like coincided around when like Need for Speed Underground got popular.
Yeah.
Right? And so I was like, whoa, people like modify their cars like this? So sick. And then I would like buy Import Tuner magazine. And I'd be like, I get cool cars and hot chicks?
Wow.
Hell yeah. What the fuck?
That was like the thing, like, when I would go like meet someone for a date at like a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Because I think like our Starbucks is connected to the Chapters, which is across from the movies when I was younger. And I would just wait at the magazine section for them. I'd show up like a bit earlier, and that's when I'd read Import Tuner when I was like a teenager. But never bought it.
Never took it home.
Never took it home.
All right.
And to be honest, I only looked at the cars.
Oh yeah, right. Get out of here.
Like
buddy
I would
boy.
see the hot girl, be like, yeah, you're cute, but let me see this. Ooh, look at this
Oh
Civic.
my god.
Holy
They put a
shit.
turbocharger in here?
Oh
What the
my
fuck?
god! Did they Ellis swap this
Yeah,
Accord?
that's what you told the date. You're like, I read it. Listen, I read it for the articles. All right.
No, listen. I made sure no one saw me with that stuff. No one knew what I was looking at.
You put like a copy of War and Peace in front of it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I did was, you know what? I'm not proud of. All right.
What did you sub to?
I never once bought an issue of Shonen Jump,
You always stole it?
but I did steal a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards out of the Shonen Jump magazine.
Oh, you were that kid.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So whenever there was this one store near us, I'm not going to name it because in case the statute of limitations on Shonen Jump
7 years.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards isn't up. But yeah, there was this one spot they didn't have security cameras in the magazine section, so you'd yoink the Shonen Jump open like the back slit
Yeah.
and then like thumb in through the magazine to find the card, take it off, and then pull it out without breaking the plastic fully on it.
Wow.
Yeah, and you just put it back.
Wow.
I got Shonen Jump Obelisk the Tormentor. All right, I got Winged Dragon Ra still. I just don't have Slifer. I miss Slifer.
The Sky Dragon.
Sucks, dude. I gotta get him.
He was the one who was like, when you summon, he auto attacks.
When he auto attacks, and also his power is 1,000 times the number of cards in your hand.
Damn.
Yeah,
That sucks.
and then like Yugi did some bullshit that doesn't exist in the card game where he like made a guy draw his deck out, and he was like, "You gave me infinite power, Yugi," and he's like, "But I've trapped you in an infinite loop, and you draw out your deck, and then when you have no cards, you lose." And then that's how Slifer was defeated, by deck out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you have any magazine? I know you're an EGM kid.
Yeah.
That's like the thing we bonded over, or I forced you to bond over when I first met you.
Yeah, so like I have been reading Electronics Gaming Monthly since the late 90s. When I got my first job, actually the issue that got me to buy it was the Dreamcast issue.
Okay.
If you look it up, it's the only time I think EGM did a solid color cover.
Ooh,
It was orange,
that's cool.
and like it was just bright orange thing on the shelf, and I bought it.
Nice.
And I remember hearing the stories from the editor-in-chief at the time saying they were worried because they thought that there was nothing on the cover and that this would not sell.
Yeah,
And it turned out to be their best-selling issue at
because
the
it was
time.
just eye catching.
Because it was just
yeah,
orange.
yeah.
So, and I remember it just said 9999 on it for the release date or something. But I think that issue came out early in the summer or something. Yeah, so I did that for a long time. Like I would go every month. Like I knew that these things came out a month, so I would go to the grocery store with my mom once a month, and I would buy a copy, or she'd buy me a copy.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, whatever. It's
like
$7."
Yeah, $7 for a
Yeah,
magazine,
yeah.
and then it
Yeah.
occupies him for like 3 days.
Yeah. So it was good. And then when I got my first job around 2004, I finally was able to just be like, "Oh, I can now pay for the mail-in subscription."
Mm-hmm.
And so I think back then you had to put in a credit card number.
On like a slip of paper.
Yeah, it looked like a postcard.
Yeah,
and
and you mail it back.
threw it in. So
Imagine just like putting your credit card number on a piece of paper and then throwing it in the mailbox now.
yeah,
Right? Like that's crazy.
yeah. Or you could send a check with it. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
What the fuck?
Yeah. So there was that, and I always picked like I think they give you the 2-year or the 1-year, so I always picked the 2-year option.
Mm-hmm.
Did that for a very long time, very very long time, till about 2009, I want to say,
Mm-hmm.
because I think at that point Ziff Davis kind of ended the whole thing, and
Yeah, and they moved on to
whatever.
non-gaming shit. I think they're still in the magazine industry, but they're just not doing gaming.
Yeah, and so like for that decade, I loved reading that magazine. Like it was like one thing I did religiously. Like I would read it, cover to cover.
Hell yeah.
And then after that, I struggled to look for a replacement. I went to GamePro for a bit.
GamePro, that was a hit or miss magazine.
So GamePro at that time, the John Davison went to go lead that,
Mm-hmm.
and he took with him, I think, Karen Shu to do a lot of the layout design. And he had some editors there from Passive Davis stuff, and it was fun to read. But he was only there for like a year. So after that, I kind of dipped, and then I was like, forget it. I'm gonna find a new magazine. It's gonna be one that I really want to stick with. And so I went to Edge.
Oh my god. You read Edge?
Edge was awesome.
Oh
In
my
fact,
God.
if there's one video game magazine I would buy today, it would be Edge.
Why?
Have you not picked up an Edge magazine?
Dude, they were always
They're the
so
premium.
lame, dude.
They were the premium video game magazine. Like, if you want to talk about who had the best layouts, who really made it worth your time to sit down and read a physical book,
Yeah.
Edge is the one.
Listen, okay, you're not wrong, but this is where I think Ziff Davis and 1UP and all that stuff was ahead of the curve because they had the personalities that I gave a shit about.
Yeah, but
Where
I think
Edge magazine, like I just for the couple times I had read it, like nobody's like opinion or like what their thoughts on like the industry really like caught me, like the Ziff Davis guys.
I think it depends because I think they did have the personality, but they're clearly all British. They're not American, so they have a different personality trait and style.
Yeah, and I probably didn't appreciate that shit when I was like 12.
Maybe, and like because this leads to my other mag thing. Because like I said, I like cars. I never bought an Importuner, but I did subscribe to Top Gear.
Okay.
Back when the trio were still on it.
I didn't even know Top Gear had a magazine.
Yeah, they had a magazine, and like Clarkson, Hammond, and May, they would all have columns and stuff, and and it was basically an extension of the show, and that was fun to read. And that's probably why I gravitated towards Edge, because I knew that when the magazine industry, and I guess in America, was folding, the place that it was still booming was the UK. And that's why I went to Top Gear. That's why I went to Edge. And nowadays, I don't really buy magazines anymore, but there is one that I always look at, and I keep thinking if I should sub to it. It's a car magazine. It's called Evo. Okay. And that is think of that as the car version of Edge. So if you want to see beautiful cars in really creative layouts and physical spaces, that's the place. They have a good YouTube channel too, although they upload very rare, but they have really good content. So
I think the only thing that I still pick up if I'm like at a magazine rack, just like killing time, is I usually pick up like a Thrasher, and I check out like the skateboarding magazines.
Oh, I forgot they were still around.
Yeah, and I think they release like less often.
Are they like quarterly or
maybe?
Oh,
but I think the last one I read was talking about the skateboarding at the Olympics. Right. And so they still keep up with like current stuff, and like skateboarding magazines, like honestly have not changed. And I don't know if that's like for better or for worse. Cause like when I pick them up, I'm almost like, hell yeah, sell me these Lakai shoes, dog. Let's go.
Oh, they still got those?
Maybe. I don't know. But it's basically whatever skateboarding brand, like skateboarding shoe design hasn't changed in a long time. Except for like nobody sells those chunky DCs anymore.
I mean, I know those DCs, or the Etnies.
Yeah.
Etnies. I know they've all gone through the re-release phase. You could buy them again.
Oh, have you? Damn.
Yeah, because you know how like in the sneaker world, retro are big? You can get those again now.
Those so ugly though.
But you know you want them.
Kinda.
I know you want them.
But also I forgot. I lied by omission. Right. I did have a subscription to a magazine.
To what?
To the reboot of EGM.
What?
Yeah. So they rebooted EGM in like 20.
Oh wait, maybe you're right because I think I have it.
2011, I want to say.
Yeah. Who ran it at the time?
2010. I think it was like a whole new team. I don't remember honestly, but an ex-girlfriend of mine had gifted me it for my birthday. She's like, I know you usually love these gaming magazines, so I gifted you a year's subscription to EGM. Yeah. And I was like, sick. And like 2 months later, she broke up with me. Huh. So I had 10 months left of reminders of my ex-girlfriend. Nice. Through EGM. And I was just like, I can't enjoy this as much as I want to enjoy it.
Yeah. I think I still have, I know I have all my EGMs. I think they're here somewhere. And I always think like, man, I just got to get rid of this. But
dude, pass them over.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because I've been looking into like storage, like magazine. You can get the bag-in board. I know you can get it for comics, but I'm looking for like magazine size. Yeah. And you can get like little storage boxes to put them in. Yeah. My friend gave me a bunch of his like Nintendo Power magazines. Oh wow. That he had, and like those are a fucking time capsule to look through. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I like magazines. Magazines are cool. All right. They should do more page design like they did in magazines, but on websites.
Yeah. Sure.
They look nicer.
Yeah. It's just, I guess I guess for a video game specifically, it's not as important anymore because when people want to read about video game content, they probably want a video. Yeah, it's YouTube. Right? Yeah. You want to see it in action.
True. These kids today, they don't know.
Kids today, I want to see it in action.
These kids today.
I don't need to see a screenshot. I don't care. When like, oh, new screen. You know when you see like news like, X company has released 8 new screens for
hell, and I click on that shit.
And I'm like, who cares?
I look at all 8 screenshots, dude.
I'm just like, who cares? Like, who cares?
If only there was a cool article to go along with this that was like interweaved with the pictures.
Or it's like, Y company releases new artwork of concepts.
If only they had a way to release a CD-ROM with a demo of the game on it.
You need to stop. You need to stop.
Who's the guy on fucking OPM? Was it like he's a Filipino guy? Was it Sal? And he's like, here's what's your tips and tricks. This is how you get every collectible in level 1 of Army Man or whatever the fuck.
Army Man.
Yeah, or like all the demo discs would have like tips and tricks for like some shitty game that you didn't. I forgot, dude, that when I was going through all my old OPM shit, I forgot that in certain discs they would give you save data. So if
Oh yeah, because you to unlock. Yeah.
So you would download the save data to your memory card, and it would give you like, this is a 100% clear, all unlockables unlocked save of like Tony Hawk 3. It's like, that was so cool, dude.
I mean, now you can download that shit off the internet.
Yeah, but it's like a pain in the ass. You gotta like download to a ROM, and you gotta like hack your fucking
What are you talking?
thing. It's like it's such like you just put the disc in and then download, and that's it. So cool.
Called the flash drive.
You gotta get like a separate flash drive.
Like all the consoles now come with USB slots. You can
I'm talking about. I'm not downloading saves for new games. I want to play that by myself. I'm downloading for old games.
Oh, why? Just download a mod.
No, I'm just gonna go through all the demo discs and download all the 100% saves they give me onto one memory
What
card.
a waste.
And that'll be the demo disc memory card.
Gross.
But yeah, we like magazines, or we liked magazines.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of want to go. Maybe tomorrow I'll go check out another magazine and.
You got an itch now.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe I will just sub to one. We'll see.
See if Edge is still around.
Yeah, maybe just have it sent to my office
Nice.
because I know I won't read it at home.
True. You know.
Yeah.
What's the saying? My boss doesn't respect my time, so that's why or was it my boss doesn't pay me a dime, and that's why I poop on company time?
Sure.
Is that it?
Okay. Yeah. I don't.
Is that the saying?
I have no idea.
Poop on company time.
I've never heard
saying.
that, to be honest.
I gotta find it. Yeah, my boss makes $1 and I make a dime, and that's why I poop on company time.
Okay.
That's why. It's you gotta maximize your time, dude.
Sure. I guess so.
Oh my God, man claims he was fired for sharing Facebook meme.
Really?
This guy got fired for sharing my boss makes $1 and I make a dime.
Man, that would suck if that got you fired.
That's hilarious.
Because, like, I'm telling you, I share some pretty risque memes at work. And
Dude, I used to roast the shit out of an all-female office. Like, gender-based jokes. I don't know how I didn't get fired.
I guess they couldn't fire you.
Exactly.
Under what grounds? He's a man.
He's a fucking sexist.
Okay, cool. So what'd you get up to this week?
This week, I've been putting in work. All right, I've been putting in gaming work.
Lies and deceit.
But I'm gonna start with anime first.
Ah.
I finished Kamen Rider Build.
It
It took me like 2 years
Yeah.
to finish the show. The show's pretty good. All right. With a title like Build, I honestly should have saw that the lesson was the friendships we built along the way.
Isn't that the
But
every tokusatsu theme?
Yeah, but this one is like so explicit because you're building them, right? It's
I
like,
guess so.
Kamen Rider Build.
I guess
Right.
so.
And it was just like the extra layer. Like it took it from like a trope to like a dad joke. And the way they cap off that series is pretty great. The power levels and shit that happens is absolutely bonkers. Like the level of escalation is like Forza levels of escalation, just like going to space, alternate dimensions, doing absolutely wild shit, and then just saying it's science because it's a kid show and who cares.
Yeah.
But I still can't get over the costume design in that series.
You don't like Pepsi Next?
No, I love it.
Oh, okay.
I love all the costumes. They're so good, and there's so many. Like every character has at least 3 forms.
Who's the secondary rider?
What's his name? I just know they keep calling him a fucking muscle idiot.
Okay.
Kamen Rider Build. Banjo, Ryuga Banjo.
His name is Kamen Rider Ryuga.
No. I don't know what his actual Kamen Rider name is.
Okay.
But what was it Kamen Rider? Oh no, it's Kamen Rider Grease.
Grease?
Grease. Oh, Cross Z. Yeah, Kamen Rider Cross Z. And there's so many It was Kamen Rider Build, Kamen Rider Cross Z, Kamen Rider Grease, Kamen Rider Rogue, Kamen Rider Evol, Kamen Rider
Oh yeah, Evil. Yeah.
Mad Rogue, and Kamen Rider Build Prototype.
Build Pro.
There's a bunch of movie exclusives I haven't watched yet. Some wild shit. But that's a cool show. I think that is a quality Kamen Rider. I wouldn't take the length it took me to finish it as like a qualifier for the quality of the show, because me finishing TV in this day and age is just a struggle.
For sure.
But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. If you haven't seen it, it's everything they're saying is true. All right, it's good.
Did you watch X-Aid?
I did. I watched it with you guys.
All of it?
Yeah, we think we had a Kamen Rider show.
Oh, okay. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, I was thinking the other one. Fruits.
Oh, the Maho Shoujo director.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Gaim?
I heard Gaim is absolutely bananas. All right, maybe I should watch Gaim
Absolute
next.
bananas, really?
Maybe I should watch Gaim next. I should probably check that out. What else did I do? Oh, so I finished No More Heroes 1. Last week I told you I was like getting through. I was like rank 5. I finished it. That game, I still love it, and I think I'll just mirror what I said before of that. That game is fantastic. I recommend it. There are certain things that have not aged too well.
Like all of it?
Not all of it. I think the main thing is the in between ranking fights scenarios, where you have to drive to a place to get a mission, and then drive to another place to start the mission, and then drive to a separate place to get an assassination mission, and then drive to another place to start that mission. And it's only a pain in the ass because the world you're in is so empty, and the driving mechanics aren't great.
Okay.
Right? It's just that mechanic strictly feels like padding out time. But I got every collectible. I upgraded every beam saber to max. I got the $9,999 battery that makes you never lose energy in the final sword. And I'm just mowing down dudes. I was mowing down dudes on like the hard mode in that game. And eventually got tired of it. Started some No More Heroes 2. I'm going to talk about it next week just because I kind of want to give my full thoughts on it. But yeah, No More Heroes 1. What a fucking fever dream. Holy shit. That story, you think it's going places, and then like the Suda 51 just says like, fuck you. Being it's like everything's made up. Who cares? Or is it? Here's a Star Wars reference. Like it's so sporadic and all over the place in like all the right ways. And it is definitely one of those where like when people talk about films, there's like a thing like when a director is an auteur, right? Like you see a Quentin Tarantino film, and even without knowing it's a Quentin Tarantino film, just from the way it's made, you know it's a Quentin Tarantino film. And I feel like Suda 51 is one of the few cases we have to an auteur game director.
You think so?
Yeah. Maybe like Swery is also that. Who's the guy who created Bayonetta and Devil May Cry? I forget his name.
No idea.
Hideki Kamiya. Hideki Kamiya is also that. Like it's a lot of stuff out of Japan. When I play more American games, there's very few. Like it's usually always indie artists that like was it Phil what's his name? Who made The Witness?
I have no idea.
Jonathan Blow.
Oh.
Yeah, so like Jonathan Blow, he made Braid and The Witness. That fucking guy who made Fez, right? It's usually indie artists, but in Japan, I feel like people get like a little bit bigger budgets to go a little bit more wild with that stuff. And
For sure.
I don't know. I like that game, and I feel like it's important to gaming in general.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's pretty cool. I would recommend it.
Huh.
But the other thing I've been doing is playing some Loop Hero. Have you heard of Loop Hero?
I've heard people talk about it many times. I still don't know what it is.
So I got this for free on Epic Game Store a couple months ago, and I needed a break from No More Heroes before I started again, so I just wanted to try something just to kill some time. So I downloaded Loop Hero.
I feel like I know where this is going. You couldn't stop playing it.
Couldn't stop playing it. Oh my god. So the story in the game is that there was some evil wizard, all right, and he erased everything from existence. Even the memory of those things is now gone. They are trying to create a world of emptiness, basically. But for some reason, you as a knight, you remember the old world. You remember all the stuff that used to be, and you get trapped in a time loop.
Okay.
And what you have to do is how the game is set up. It's basically a deck building game. You walk around a randomly generated path that is all like on a big tile set. And every time you kill a monster or you walk past a certain village or whatever, you get a card, and it goes in your bottom row. And you can use those cards to fill out the empty world you're currently in. So you can put mountains in the background, and those give you more health. But if you make a row of like a 3x3, a square of mountains and rocks, you'll make like a giant mountain, which then spawns harpies on the map.
Yeah.
You can put down a village, and the village card, when you walk through a village, it'll give you a quest, and it'll spawn a strong monster, but it'll give you a good item if you beat him. If you put a vampire castle next to a village, it'll make that a ruined town. But then after a certain amount of time, it'll turn that ruined town into a thriving city because the people have learned how to get along with the vampire, and they have like a thing of like an economic boom, and then the quests and items you get from those villages are way better. And the whole game is taking these cards and making them interact with each other in a very unique way on the map in order to maximize the amount of resources you can get to either A, defeat the boss of this loop, or B, back out and then use it to upgrade your village that you have. And it upgrades like a passive tree. And it's it is deceivingly simple, and just also deceivingly addicting. Because really everything is automatic. Other than placing the cards, when you get into a JRPG fight, it's all automatic. When you're walking around, it's all automatic. When you're accepting, there's nothing that pauses the game other than you equipping items for your class.
Yeah.
Or you placing cards. And every other time, the game is just going. And it's really good. The story's really cool. The world they've built is really engaging. You want to know like what's going on, like why did the world kind of just disappear and it's faded from other people's memories but not yours? Like, why are you this anomaly? And it has a really good pace of rewarding you with story tidbits and not letting you grind for too long. So you're usually getting resources and stuff at a steady enough clip to where you're unlocking more and more and more mechanics. So cool. At the start of the game, it was just go on a loop, find something. But then I built a smithy. And the smithy unlocked like making new items and crafting items. And then I did more loops, and I unlocked this, I think it was like was it a kitchen? I forget which one gave me this power up, but then it unlocked like a skill tree.
Yeah.
And so every time which also added experience points. So now when I'm looping and killing enemies, I'm getting experience, and I can get a passive that'll affect me for this run. Right. And it keeps steadily giving you more and more things to do and keeping your interest longer and longer. And cool. It's totally worth it. If you got it for free on Epic, install it. It's just a good like side game too. You can just kind of like put it on a second monitor if you're doing something else, right? Or keep it going in the background because it doesn't need too much attention. It just needs like just enough. I really enjoyed it. It's like been my side game like all week, like in between certain things. If I'm working or whatever, I'll just put it I'll throw it on the second monitor. Yeah. And then if I'm like waiting for something to load or something to parse, and then I'll go over there and update my character and do that stuff.
Actually, how do you play games on your PC like in the background? Because like when you go to that window, doesn't it everything?
I just have it in windowed mode.
Oh.
Like I have it like 720p windowed. And I just drag the window over.
I see. Okay.
This game specifically, they also like really, really, really lean into the retro style. So when you
I saw it, I was like, oh, this is not for me.
When you launch the game, it launches in windowed, and it's like and it starts with a CRT filter on the image, so the edges or the corners are all kind of curved, like you're looking at a tube TV and stuff like that. And you have all the artificial scan lines and shit, and it looks. I think it looks really cool.
This game's by Devolver.
Yeah. Devolver Digital.
Yeah.
Bring out some cool shit, dude.
Shame. I don't like any of their games.
What? Not a single one?
I don't like Devolver like at all.
Oh man, I love
Like
Devolver.
I have Inscription. I haven't played it, but
I heard that game's like the fucking best game of last year.
yeah, I know.
Dude.
I know.
Dude.
I know.
All right. And then the last thing I've been reading is a manga,
Mangaka.
which is getting an anime, and I think that you would really like this specifically.
Okay.
It's called Blue Lock.
Is it an anime?
It will be an anime.
When?
I don't know. There was a trailer for it. I don't know what the release date is. I
Okay.
think it might be sometime this year.
Okay.
It's called Blue Lock. It is
Okay.
about footy. Okay, it's about soccer.
Oh, it's sports.
It's a sports anime.
All right.
So, I forget the main character's name already. Does it say it there? Does it say? No? Does it say it? I forget. Blue Lock.
You need a name?
I
Yeah,
need a
yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
The name.
Yoichi.
Yoichi. So Yoichi is playing on a qualifier for his soccer team's national qualifiers. All right. So I think it was either a high school team or like an inter-school team. And he is running down the field, seconds to go. He can tie up the game right now.
Yeah.
All right. But he goes for a kick, or he thinks he's going to go for a kick.
Oh no.
He doesn't take it. What instead he does is that he passes it to his open teammate. And because that is the most optimal play. In his mind, he's like, I'll pass it to him. If I shoot, like the goalie's right in front of me, but there's a higher chance to score if I pass it over, right? So he passes it over, the teammate kicks the ball, bounces off the post. All right, doesn't make it. And then to add insult to injury, the enemy team picks it up. They score a second goal. And then they lose 2-0.
Oh no.
And he loses his chance to go to nationals.
Oh no.
But what happens, like unbeknownst to him, is that he gets invited to the Blue Lock program. The Blue Lock program is a program set up by the Japanese government.
This is some bullshit already.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
To foster a new generation of strikers within the Japanese soccer teams.
This already sounds dumb as
Because
fuck.
Japan's performance in the World Cup has been nothing short of abysmal,
It's true.
right?
That's factual.
It is factual. And so they want to create the best striker they possibly can, because in their mind, who carries a team? Is a team, or is a sports really the thing you see in sports anime? Is it really all about your Tomodachi? Is it really all about your team? No. All right. You know what it's about? It's about the most egotistical leader, right? It is about Pele. It is about the other whatever fucking soccer players. Ronaldo, sure.
Messi,
yeah.
Neymar?
All those people.
Oh man,
all those people.
Who are? I thought you were what?
Dude,
I'm more white than you.
Listen, all I know, all I care about is Buffon. He's the best goalie to ever play soccer, and he's
a goalie.
Yeah, and I play goalie when I play soccer. All right.
Stop.
When I played soccer, I played
You're
goalie.
embarrassing yourself.
On the day of my daughter's wedding. No, listen, I played soccer, and so their whole thing is like, we need to make an extreme egotist to lead our team, to lead Japan to a FIFA World Cup championship.
It's true. You need that.
And so this show basically turns into soccer battle royale, where they get 300 players from across Japan, and they invite them to the Blue Lock program, including Yoichi. They get a number 1 to 300 based on their perceived skill level.
Okay.
And our boy Yoichi gets I think it's 298 or 299 out of 300. And they have to go through a series of games and skill testing challenges in order to move their way up the ranks and become the new leader of the Japan national soccer team. And this show, or this series, takes the complete opposite approach from anime of like,
this is not sounding like the power of friendship.
it is the opposite of the power of friendship.
Yeah.
The first game they play is a game of tag.
Yeah.
And how it works is that you have, I think it was like 2 minutes and something amount of seconds, and someone is it. And when they're it, they have the ball. And in order to not be it, they have to hit someone with the ball. And then that person becomes it, and it keeps going. Whoever is out, or whoever is it as the timer ends, is disqualified from the program, from Blue Lock. And also, the thing they didn't mention before is that if you are disqualified from Blue Lock, you are barred from ever trying out for any sort of national team, like beyond in Japan ever.
It's a little harsh.
Right? So like you basically end your career.
Wow.
Yeah. And it turns into like battle royale. Like these people are like, no, we got to play together. We got to like, no, fuck you.
It's pretty brutal.
We're going to like take advantage of everybody. Right. And we're going to backstab people, and we're going to do all this stuff in order to become the best soccer player. And I think you would like it because it is all about creating the number one star.
Yeah.
Right.
That sounds good.
Yeah. I think.
But is the hero fit that role, or is he kind of like not as egotistical?
The hero is how would I describe it? He's an edgelord.
Oh.
Our hero Yoichi, he is very timid, right? And it's not because he doesn't have the skills. It's because he lacks the confidence to just become a monster.
So he's a little bitch.
He starts off as a little bitch, but slowly he starts meeting other people in the Blue Lock team and scenario, and it starts like turning him into this like egotistical maniac. And it's like, no, you know what? I am the best. I will be the best. And it starts throwing him down this like which he feels is kind of conflicting, because he thinks that soccer is a team game, right? You got to play with a bunch of people, and you have to work together in order to win, right? And it's hard for him to shake that concept from his head. Like, he doesn't care about being the big star. But then once he starts realizing that maybe they're right, maybe if I become the big star, it does help out the team, then he starts becoming more and more egotistical, and his character arc kind of like turns. It's almost like you're watching a villain be made, right?
That's pretty cool.
But the villain in this case is actually leading the greater good, right? So you might be a total asshole on the field, but I got you a trophy, right?
Okay.
Right. What is it like? Michael Jordan was a fucking tyrant, right?
Yeah.
But everyone wanted to be on a team with Michael Jordan, right? So it's kind of like that. And it's just all about soccer. I think it's a really cool twist on the sport genre. I think it takes a little bit too much from certain other genres like battle royales, where they make it a little too edgy, and I'm just like, bro, it's soccer.
It's soccer.
Fucking relax, all right?
It's not life or death.
Yeah, they get like the psycho fisheye lens sometimes
I
on
bet.
people, and I'm just like, okay, chill, buddy. All right. But it's good. So far, the manga's been really good. The trailer for the anime looked pretty cool, and I think it's something that people should keep an eye out for these upcoming anime seasons.
Cool.
So yeah, and that's been my week.
Neat. Oh, bandito.
What'd you do? What are you up to, bud?
So Elden Ring continues.
Game's big.
I'm like 50 hours in now.
Did you beat it?
No.
Oh my god.
For those who are playing, I am currently in Mount Glimmer?
Does that matter? Because can't you tackle this in any way you want?
No.
Okay. All right.
Because even though Elden Ring is about exploration and doing whatever you want, the game doesn't level up with you.
Okay.
So certain areas are definitely meant to be explored when you hit a strength threshold.
Okay.
If you want, you could look up like basic guides saying like what areas you should be at for your level, or if you explore, you'll figure it out on your own. It's not really too hard to guess when you're clearly not supposed to be somewhere.
When you walk up and the first enemy one-shots you, you're like, maybe.
Yeah. But continues to be a fun experience. Always surprising. The game, it's not a technically brilliant looking game, but they have certain areas that are just like, wow, this is really creative. And it's cool. I finished a couple side quests and NPC storylines, which was real nice. That's why I look like a wolf.
Nice.
I don't actually know what the story or the side quest was,
But you completed it.
but I know I completed it. So
Isn't that like all fucking Souls games?
I
Like,
know, and it's like,
if you asked me about the story in any Dark Souls games, I couldn't
yeah,
tell you.
I
I just know
know.
there was one lady who was very sunlighty, and she had big booba.
yeah, and like
And I went into a painted world.
I think that's like my big thing about this game that I don't like. It's like I'm very much driven by or motivated by a good story, or at least a world that like wants me to get invested, and I'm not getting that from Elden Ring.
You're not a lore master. You're not
Yeah.
reading every book.
And it's like the game intentionally goes out of its way so that you can understand it even less,
Nice.
right? And even some of the side quests, like I get it, like there's a certain mentality about this game where it's like, if you don't find something, good. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? If you didn't see it, you didn't see it.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And,
I'm down
like,
with that.
That's cool. That's fine. But there's certain situations where it's like, okay, now you're just being an asshole about it. Where it's like,
Like it's main storyline shit.
not even that, but like I go to side character and like, it's like, oh, what are you doing here? I'm looking for this thing. Cool. I meet him at base. He's like, I found the thing. You should look at it. I'm like, okay, where is it?
No, you should go look.
You should go look at it. I'm like, where? You should go look at it.
Oh
And
my
I'm like,
god.
are you fucking kidding me?
It's cock teasing you,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm
Oh
like-
my god.
I'm like, wait a minute. So you found the thing. You know specifically where it is,
But you won't tell me.
but you won't tell me where it is. But instead, you'll say, you should go look at it.
Dude, it's sick. You should get it.
Yeah, and I'm like, come on. Like, I get it. Like, there's certain like decisions they've made with this game, but I think instances like that are just kind of like a little dickish, and I don't like it. And just for the sake of just clarity, what you're looking for is a bloodstain.
Hell yeah.
Which I don't know about you, but I never check bloodstains.
I always check bloodstains.
Yeah.
When I was watching you play,
Yeah.
and the amount of like signages that you
Yeah.
ran by, I was
Yeah.
like, this guy's a mad lad. What the fuck?
Yeah, half the signs are just like try finger, butthole.
Yeah, try finger butthole. Hell yeah.
Or hidden path ahead. And then the one right beside it is liar ahead. And it's like I'm sick of it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I almost kind of want to play in offline mode.
The true demon souls is the friends we made along the
Oh
way.
god. But yeah, so like I don't know. Like cuz this game clearly has a cool world and lore behind it. I just wish it wasn't so tough to understand it.
That's fair.
I don't even know what the hell the main story is. All I know is you are to become Elden Lord. And I suppose as a video game, it doesn't get simpler than that.
Defeat Ganon.
Yeah, like
Go.
I guess that is the story. But as you progress and as you meet characters, I don't know what the fuck the point is, other than do I get a cool sword at the end of this, or do I get
You've been getting cool swords all day.
Yeah,
I-
like-
I saw you get a cool sword.
yeah, or like do I get cool armor? And it's like yeah, you do. I'm like okay, I guess that's the driver.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, it's cool. I respect from curved sword to katana mode.
Fucking weeb.
It's sick.
I saw you were doing some sheath shit. You were doing some Virgil
Dude, I can
dimension slash.
I can do many slashes. I'm looking for another item called the Bloodhound Step so I can wave dash.
Oh my god. What a weeb.
I got some other cool weapons. I originally went for the Sword of Night and Flame. That is the sword where you've probably seen videos of it. Guy just shoots a fucking beam at you,
I have not yet.
and if he doesn't shoot a beam, he engulfs the area in fire because it's the
Nice.
Sword of Night and Flame.
Cool. That's like a Magic the Gathering card.
It was so busted, it got nerfed.
Nice.
So that's why I don't use it.
Good.
And then I have some cool summons. I actually got a summon that is literally just a mimic of myself.
Ooh. Is that the one you were using against that boss today?
No, I was using
Some thief guy.
Yeah, some like black thief girl.
All right.
But this one is like you can mimic yourself, and a second version of you comes out to fight the boss with you.
Nice. Cool.
And they use the weapon that you have equipped. So like my side weapon is a staff.
Mm-hmm.
So I bring them out with the magic. So they just pummel them with magic.
Oh, so like their stats don't matter? Or
Yeah, their stats don't matter because it's
Oh.
based on how you've leveled up the summon.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So they just do magic infinitely.
Nice.
And I'm in there with the katana going like, what's up?
What's your
Yeah. So it's cool. Some of the bosses have become real awesome. Yeah, I like it. It's doing great. I wish I had more for me to latch onto. And there are some things about it I don't particularly enjoy. Like, I guess it's part of game design to like give you a sort of pattern, right? You recognize the pattern, you understand the pattern, and then at some point the game will like subvert the pattern. And,
and you're like, oh, you thought this guy was gonna do this.
Yeah, and then you'll do something different. I'm like, that's cool. But there's just other things in the game where it's like, I just wish you abided by your own rules you set within the universe. And
that make the game too easy.
No. I'll give you an example. Fall damage.
Okay.
You jump off a certain height, you expect to get damage.
Hell yeah.
All right. What if I told you that's not consistent in Elden Ring?
I would say that's not consistent in Dark Souls.
And it's so bullshit.
Absolutely. I can imagine it being more bullshit now that it's an open world
Yes,
game rather than
because
something
now
linear.
you see things. You're like, can I make that jump? That seems short enough.
Is there so I seen you like double jumping with your horse like midair and stuff. Is there a height limit to where you can double jump before you hit the ground to like mitigate damage?
No, so that is decided based on the height you jump at originally.
Oh.
So if you jump off a cliff and you double jump at the last second, it still counts as you're dead.
Oh, lame.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't understand why it's
Weird.
like that.
Okay, that is kind of lame.
Right? And there's some scenarios where you have to make a jump that would clearly kill you, but it won't when you do it.
Oh.
And it's
like story based or something.
It's not even story. Yeah, or I guess it's technically story based, but like that's just part of the quest line. And it's just, I wish there were, and that's one example. The game has a lot of scenarios where it's like it just doesn't abide by its own rules, and it's like,
That's
I don't
bullshit.
know. I don't know if I like that. Like, it's almost like they only do it just because they can. But
Because it's mean.
yeah,
Nice.
and like there's no other explanation for it. But yeah, I will continue with Elden Ring until I beat it, and then I don't know what else I could say about it. It's a cool game.
You keep playing Elden Ring and it keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, it keeps getting bigger. I think it keeps getting better.
You keep playing it.
Yeah, I mean, like, the gameplay loop is find dungeon, get weapon.
You've already played more than I've played Cyberpunk, and I already uninstalled it.
Yeah, I played 50 hours. Yeah.
I think I got to like 47 in Cyberpunk and I uninstalled it. So
there you go. The next thing I did was I got my Fanatec Gran Turismo 7 GT DD Pro wheel.
that's okay.
So I can use a wheel in Gran Turismo 7.
And can you still use it in your computer?
I sure
racing?
can.
Okay. All right.
I now have a wheelbase that is PC, PlayStation, and Xbox compatible.
Wow.
I've covered all the bases. Not that I have an Xbox
Dude,
anymore.
what about the Switch?
Fuck that.
Are you going to
thing.
play Mario Kart? You
The-
love Mario Kart.
I got a wheel.
All right.
Yeah.
The one where you put the Wiimote in?
Yeah, that one. Exactly.
You hate motion
Oh,
controls.
well, whatever. It's Mario Kart. Who cares?
All right. Okay.
Yeah, so I got that. I've been playing with it. Actually, I'll show you.
Yeah, pop it off. Pop it off that steering column, all right? Do the quick release. Hell yeah, that's so cool.
It's the cheapest wheel I've ever owned.
How cheap is it?
It feels like shit in the hand. I think it's too small. It's made only of plastic.
Compared to your other wheel, this does feel like shit.
Feel the paddle.
Ew.
Like, there's like no click. It is.
Ew.
It is.
There's zero click.
Yeah. Even.
Oh, that's got some nice click to it, the little joysticks.
I mean, it's okay.
That's got some nice click.
I guess so. The face buttons aren't as great. I don't
No,
think.
they're too rounded.
So, like, it is definitely a budget product. It does have a fake leather wrapped rim,
Yeah.
which is fine. All my other wheels are Alcantara. I think leather's probably better for the long run in terms of durability.
Is Alcantara, what's Alcantara again?
like the suede.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But the thing is, because I never had a like rubber leather rim like this, I didn't realize how grippy it was.
It's very grippy.
And when it spins, it catches my skin.
You know what it's time for?
What?
Driving gloves.
I know, and like it has started to callus the insides of my thumb knuckles.
Cool. So now you just tell all the ladies, you're like, yeah, I was deadlifting. Sorry, I was going for a PR, you know? Got calloused out.
I already have those calluses on my palms, but like
Yeah.
I'm getting them like in weird places on my fingers now. and
Yeah,
it's-
you're doing experimental weightlifting.
yeah. I mean, it's an okay wheel for the game. I can use other wheels. However, based on how Gran Turismo was set up, you can't just pop in any wheel you want and customize the buttons. So
Oh, they don't have like full customization.
No. And so for their wheel support, they specifically show this.
Oh, okay.
And so like if I put another wheel in, I'll get this wheel. I'll get the Gran Turismo wheel on the screen. I'll have to figure out what buttons correlate to what,
All right.
and it's just not the same. So it's like I just stick to it. But anyways, it definitely.
What's your other wheel again? Where's your other one?
That one.
Yeah, that one's nice.
The Formula one.
I want to touch that one later.
Yeah. So that one is that's fine. It changes Gran Turismo. I said that like it was very much closer to being a sim. When you have a wheel, it definitely is a sim.
Nice.
And you can feel a way more fidelity with the physics engine, and it just becomes way more fun to drive. I got gold S's in all my license tests, going through the mission mode. But the big thing is I've started doing online.
Okay.
So I can do online races.
I got one question for you, baby.
Yeah.
Does it have rollback netcode?
Sure. I went into my first race, smoked them.
Nice.
Bunch
of amateurs.
Pretty much. I think it's because A, I'm playing with a bunch of people on controller. And,
B, you have a wheel.
Yeah, and the other thing is, it's a bunch of just casuals who clearly aren't like as into cars as I am.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also just a bunch of dicks out there who's like, well, if you're gonna beat me, I'm just gonna
hit you.
I'm gonna torpedo you.
Yeah.
And so I didn't win because I was the fastest. It's just because I would look at my radar and be like, this guy's going to fucking run through me. So I'm just going to not take the turn. I'm just
going to
break early, open up the steering and watch him fly into a corner. So,
and they would do that?
And he would do it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm going to go
bye.
Complete the race and win. And that's what I've been doing for my first couple of races. But I signed on to do their... because this week was the start of the national events.
Okay.
So this is where you do like tournament stuff, and this is where you have to race to be the fastest in your country before you go to GT Worlds and whatever.
Can you make 18 million credits in this mode?
No, you cannot.
Fuck.
So the way you do this is you have to pick a manufacturer you want to be with.
Mazda.
I picked Porsche.
You would.
Of course I would. It's the boring answer, but it's the right answer. Okay. They always make a good car. Right. Except...
the car you're driving.
No.
All right.
Gran Turismo 7 still has ridiculous balancing issues.
Oh.
And there is clearly one car.
Is it the hybrid car again?
No. But it's like I think it's a French car. I want to say it's Renault. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's clearly the balancing of it is wrong. Like it is clearly just a class above the field.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't feel nice when you see that car there. So it's a bit of a bummer. But
you still win anyways.
No, it's tough. It's tough to beat them. Like in the beginning, it was easier, but as I ranked up and like I had to race people with greater skill, it was clear that if they had that car, there was an advantage there that it doesn't matter if I was a better driver or not. Mm-hmm. Like at some point, if a car is better, a car is better. Like at the end of the day, that's how racing works. The better car always wins. The driver's always secondary. So that's a bit of a bummer. And also, I don't know, Gran Turismo has this weird idea of what they consider legal in terms of racing. Like I've seen people cut entire corners and not get penalties.
Hell yeah, take a ramp.
And I've just been like, what the F? And they're like, can I cut that corner too? Like, and
then you get penalized.
No, and I get it too. And I'm like, and so it doesn't become who's the fastest. It's like who can find the most exploits, right? And that's just not as fun.
Need to get the FIA in here.
Yeah, I am playing on my super ultra wide, which the PlayStation does not support.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, it's nice to know that, like, at least I'm not at a disadvantage against the competition because everybody has the same aspect ratio screen. The one thing I don't like is that anybody who plays competitive GT doesn't play in cockpit mode. They play...
behind the car? Or bumper?
Bumper or... I think it's roof, so you can see... Or hood.
Yeah,
hood.
Yeah, hood's a popular one.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I think... And, like, I don't know. I feel like that you shouldn't be allowed to race like that for competitive modes, but... whatever. I think that's why I like iRacing. iRacing, you're forced into cockpit, but iRacing, everyone has triple screens and I don't. So
you're at the disadvantage.
Yeah. So like that's the trade-off you take, right? But otherwise, yeah, Gran Turismo 7 has been fun for online competition in terms of that you don't have to buy cars. It's literally just racing. I think it's been a lot of fun.
I have a question for you about the wheel, just a total tangent. Have you played any more Dirt Rally 2 since you had gotten your wheel set up?
Mm-hmm.
How is that? Is it awesome? Is it good?
Damn. It is, and it's also still very hard.
Damn.
Why?
You should get good at dirt rally. That's what you should do.
No.
Hell yeah.
No.
That's where it's at. That's the future of racing. Rally.
No, clearly not. Unless they put F1 on dirt tracks. I don't think
That's
so.
where you make the big bucks.
Okay. I don't know how much Sebastian Loeb makes, but okay.
A
we'll
lot.
see.
Enough.
Yeah, so that's that. That's been fun. Yeah, then I watched Formula 1, and then as Formula 1 came out, Drive to Survive Season 4 came out, and I think last year I had said many times that the 2021 season is chaotic
Yeah, apparently it's bananas.
and just full of drama.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know.
And the
Like there's so much content here for Netflix to choose from for Drive to Survive.
Mhm.
I don't know how they fucked it up.
How'd they fuck it up? There's so much drama.
I don't know why they're creating fake drama between teammates and it doesn't exist.
When there was real drama.
Yeah, when there's real drama on the track, they're like, Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris, they don't like each other, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, they could not be the most friendlier pairing.
Is this?
And this is like episode 2, and you're like, come on.
All right, I'm gonna be a little bit of a conspiracy theorist
Yeah.
here. Do you think that this is the FIA being like, you can't bring up any of these ruling issues? All right, we had to make him lose.
Well, we'll see, because apparently, I haven't seen the end, but the way the Netflix thing frames the Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen thing is Max is clearly the villain and the winner,
Wait, talking about the winner's always the hero,
but
He's
Lewis
the
is
good
the
guy.
people's champion, right?
Lewis is trash. All right, he's washed
It's
up.
also worth saying that Max Verstappen is the only one not in the actual series because he refused to join because of the fake drama.
Oh, okay.
So because he's not in there, they kind of frame his positioning the way they want as the villain.
He doesn't like our show. Fuck him. He's a villain. Yeah.
Yeah. So like again, like I know that the show has always been about creating fake drama, but like in the season that they didn't need to, I don't know why they went so hard on it, and it's kind of like a bummer to see because they skip really, really cool stuff that happened throughout the year.
Okay.
So it's
All right.
it's not as fun, you know.
Maybe they'll change your mind in the back half.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. I've been watching like one episode
An hour.
a night.
Okay.
So yeah. And then I'm just going through my email here. So this past week was my birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Thanks. I saw you just sent me a Chrono Trigger,
Oh, and
Final Fantasy X-2.
relive your youth, buddy. Relive it. No, a 10 and 10-2. It's a combo pack.
Time to relive a simpler time.
Yeah.
So the Chrono Trigger one I'm very excited for
Yes.
21:9 support.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Chrono Trigger and 21:9. Let's go.
Yeah. And then TJ got me Bravely Default 2.
See? It's all
So I
working
see
out.
I am loaded up on RPGs.
Relive a simpler time.
So yeah. So thank you for that. But
No
I want to
problem.
tell you, I went out and I ate some food.
You ate some food.
That I think your culture would really,
My culture? Oh, this is going to be bad, isn't it?
'Cause
This is going to be really fucking
because I know
bad.
that like I love Italian food.
No, you don't. You love... Okay, I'm going to set it straight before Vince tells his story. Vince doesn't love Italian food. Vince loves Italian food, all right? He does not like the authentic shit. He loves, like, East Side Mario's, unlimited breadsticks at Olive Garden. That's what Vince likes.
Hold on.
All right?
One, we don't have Olive Garden Canada.
Yeah, but if we had one,
And
You'd
D,
be going.
And D, I don't like East Sides.
you love East Side.
No, I don't. I think you love East Sides. You always talk about East Sides.
No, the way
You're like, hey,
you-
bada boom, bada bing. Like that's your
bada
whole.
boom, bada bing.
Yeah, see?
The way you talk about Italian food, I just assume you like East Sides.
I love Italian food.
All right. Okay.
You know, I should go back to La Spaghetti.
That's not
love
that great.
I
Don't
love
even
that
go.
place.
It's
I love
okay,
that
dude.
place.
Just go to Chicago Style Pizza.
That place is good too. Oh man, I need some Italian food. You know.
Some
Anyways,
Italian.
I had some Italian food.
All
Okay.
right.
How do you feel about gnocchi?
Gnocchis are great.
How do I feel about Galbi?
Galbi? Like the Korean?
That's the one.
Oh, no. Where's this going?
How do you feel about Galbi gnocchi
I hate it. I hate it.
with some rich
I
truffle
hate
oil,
it. Stop.
Parmigiano on the top? You know?
Oh,
my
no.
God! Oh my God!
All right, I'm gonna admit it right here. All right, I'm gonna come out. I'm tired of hiding in the shadows. Okay, I am a food racist. All right, I think foods should stay in their own cultures.
Wow!
All right, I fucking hate fusion food. It's so stupid. I hate it. They try and take the best of both worlds, and they end up ruining both every time.
No, it was so delicious. You know what else I had? Moroccan chicken katsu.
What the?
That's right, baby.
Why?
Oh man, Moroccan curry chicken katsu.
Dude.
Woo! So good.
Dude, maybe they should just stick to their own cultures, you know? Like, All these like stop mixing up food culture. I hate it.
It was good.
I hate this.
I was delicioso.
Where is this?
Namu.
You don't have to name drop it.
Namu.
All right.
TJ, we gotta go. Oh yeah. Because Tuesday to Thursday is ramen only.
Oh, is it like what is it like jelly bean ramen? Like what the fuck?
No,
like
it's just their house.
PB&J broth.
Dude, it's just house ramen.
It's probably fucked it up somehow.
It's just house ramen.
Yeah,
it's $20 a bowl ramen.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
No, no.
Read the description later.
Oh
Yeah, you should.
God.
Back on.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So yeah, that was
I hate it. I hate what you just told me. It's terrible.
What do you hate?
I hate that you said galbi gnocchis. I fucking hate it.
So when you get married
Yeah.
and they're choosing, what meals you want to have, don't worry, I'll be there. I'll be like, I know he loves gnocchi. Galbi gnocchi.
No. No, dude. Listen, I'm going to talk to my wife. And if my wife is a different culture than me, Italian only. I don't have to tell her.
It's not traditional enough.
What are you talking about?
That's not traditional enough.
It's traditional enough.
If she's a different culture than you, she can't have Italian only.
That's why we have 2 weddings.
No. Oh, so one of them's all fusion?
One in her country, all right, where we keep her food there.
Wow.
No.
Whoa.
I'm joking.
Whoa.
No,
Okay.
I think that say I did have a wedding, right, and say we had a multicultural wedding,
Uh-huh.
right? I wouldn't fuse the food into one dish.
But you should, because it's a celebration of the union of two in their cultures.
You would have a choice between the Italian dish or the whatever dish.
Nah. Fusing it all together,
No,
maybe.
that's trash. And honestly, if I see you mixing plates with somebody else here, all right, we're gonna have a problem.
Dude, I'm just gonna be like, yo, yeah. Let's get them all.
I just realized, like, if I get married,
Yes.
right, my wedding party
Yeah.
is gonna look like staged
Why?
because it's gonna be like 9 Asian people and 1 white guy.
It will.
It probably will.
It will, and your family will question you.
Yeah, and they'll, like my
Your
all white
extended family will be like,
my
"What
all white
the-"
Italian. It'll be like a bunch of Asian people, an Arab guy, and like maybe 1 other white dude.
Yeah. Your family's gonna be like, where?
What the fuck?
No wonder he married an Asian girl.
Dude, you don't know what's gonna happen.
That's true. I think it's Italiano.
Maybe it might.
She's
be.
gonna love the galbi gnocchi.
That's grounds for divorce. I'm gonna put that in the prenup.
Wow.
If she ever eats galbi gnocchi, automatic divorce, and she has to forfeit all of her assets to me.
Wow.
And I get the kids.
Whoa. No,
right?
no, because your kids are gonna love
Why
it.
don't I see mom anymore? Because she ate galbi
I
gnocchi.
want to see her in her lovely galbi gnocchi.
No,
I love it. So nostalgic.
Dad, you were right. You should have broke up with her. She's a monster. Galbi gnocchi, that's crazy.
No way. Okay, I think that's it for the show. That's it for us.
Galbi gnocchi.
What's wrong, man?
I hate it. Let's end it. I hate this shit.
Oh, okay. I love it. So good. Rich.
Ugh.
Oily. Fatty. Give it to me.
Shut up.
With the Parmesan.
Shut up.
Delicious.
End it.
Yummy.
Ugh.
Galbi gnocchi.